Hello, world. Welcome to Pardon the Politics podcast, season 3, episode 5, the first episode of Black History Month. And we got to celebrate it because we don't know how long we're going to have Black History Month. So you know what? Let's go. Welcome to the podcast. I am your co-host, Jeezy, along with my brother and my partner in politics, Manny. Manny, what's good? How you feeling, my brother?
Man, I'm just keeping my head to the sky.
Hey,
because you know why? You can win.
Hey, you can win, brother. Hey, to the chairman of chaos, Chuck, my brother. How you feeling, brother?
Man, you playing these tunes right here. There's no way you can feel down, brother.
Hey, look.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Hey.
Yes, indeed. Hey, welcome, listeners. Welcome, bro. I felt like I was one of them old school disc jockeys back in the day.
You better believe it.
Shout out to Eastern North Carolina, Soul 92.1 FM.
Bro, imagine being at a party when this song came out, sipping some E&J, and then this comes on. Hey. You're like, how does that change the dynamic of a party?
Can you imagine mid-argument? Bro, imagine being mid-argument, somebody step on your shoe. Hey, brother, you stepped on my shoe. This song, come on. You know what, brother? Don't even worry about it. Keep your head up, bro. We can win up.
You keep your head to the sky. You know what?
Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Happy Black History Month.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro. Yes, indeed. To our listeners, welcome to another episode of Pardon the Politics podcast. I'm glad to be here with my brothers to share in this chaos again, bro. Jeez Louise.
It did
got
not
off
stop.
To a rocket start. Bro, we were talking.
Rocky start.
Right.
It's been rocky the whole time.
Right.
Yo, you're right. I had a conversation with somebody and I was like, you do realize this is only 1 month into the year, right?
1 month.
And the person I was talking to just proceeded to put their head down and just say, man, I don't know how we gonna make it. And I said, I don't know either, but I only thing I can tell you is this: you better find where to put your faith in, brother.
Mm-hmm. Hold on to his hand.
When the ride get a little bumpy, we all do what? We put to make sure we got that seatbelt on and it's right across your chest, like my grandma used to say, put that belt across your chest.
Well, and it's like the hits don't stop. Like just Friday.
Oh man,
Friday by itself are individual events that historians will talk about.
Yeah, I'm just. We were talking to our listeners, and there were so many topics, and I want you guys to know we're gonna play a game here today. But before I get into it, we were talking about how in the world we're going to cover all the things that happened in this week. And sometimes when we talk about topics, we know we can't cover everything.
But we'll get the big rocks. We'll get the big rocks.
Yeah. We'll take care of the big rocks and we'll let the little pebbles do as they may. But this week, there were so many big rocks. There were boulders
everywhere
this week that we were talking about, okay, we'll talk about this, and this. And then somebody in the group chat will say, well, we didn't even talk about this. We're like, oh, we do have to talk about this. So this is going to be a very interesting episode because we have a lot of things to cover. So when I thought about it, I said, you know what? Since we have so much to cover, we're gonna play a game this episode. We're gonna play a game this episode. Matter of fact, I got our theme music for the game.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Name of this game is gonna be Rapid Fire. U.S. politics. The price ain't right.
Get it. Hey.
Hit that peanuts.
So what we gonna do? We're gonna try to cover as many topics as we possibly can. We're not gonna be able to go too far into depth because there's just so much going on that if we did and we were talking, this would be a 4-hour episode. And that's a lot of that we would be asking you guys to lend us your ear for that amount of time. So we're going to just play a game of rapid fire. And we're just going to bring you the topics. And we're going to talk about as much as we can within a short period of time. And we're going to move right on to the next topic. And to my brothers, when you hear this sound effect.
What's next?
It's time to go to the next one.
All right, here we go.
Keep us together, brother. Keep us together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So the first topic we're going to talk about is the latest DOJ release on Epstein. There was a release of more information, more documentation, videos, and photographs that were dropped in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. And the big question that has been surrounding this even more with all the things coming out is there any new accountability of the details that have come out? Or are we just at this point just opening the womb even further and exposing just every single thing with no prosecution, no criminal action done whatsoever at this point? So my brothers, on the latest DOJ release that we've seen from Jeffrey Epstein, what are your thoughts? Well, before you say that,
he a fan.
He definitely a fan. He definitely a fan. He definitely a fan.
And he ain't by himself either.
No, it's a conglomerate of fans. You think they want a trail ride? All the fans.
I didn't realize all these fans knew each other.
Oh, bro.
Like knew each other from the standpoint they also knew they were fans. They were all fans together,
bro.
Well,
they were a collection of
collective.
fans. A collection of fans.
A collection of, bro. What do you call a collection of fans?
At this point, I just believe the Department of I believe the files are going to get worse. This is the belief that I'm at now, is that it's just going to keep getting worse. Mm-hmm. And almost to the point, I think they're just going to numb us. Because if you look at, I think with this drop, I think with the first drop, we got a mix of files we had seen before and a bunch of new ones. And I think we were so gun-ho about that. We hit that with so much energy. Then as an American public, we said, chill. We kind of stepped back. We're like, okay, whatever. There's more coming. We'll wait for this next one. Here we are, this next one, which is largely new things and a whole lot more people implicated. But I think because some of that, and because also so much is going on right now, like our brains are all divided, so we can't really give this the energy mentally. And I think there's probably going to be a couple more drops, and they're all going to get worse. And it's going to be one of those things historically where we're going to look back and say, oh, wow, how did we let that slide? Because at the end of the day, we're also still watching the Department of Justice release files say, oh, we didn't mean to let y'all see that one.
Yo,
let's go ahead and run this back.
That was the wild take for me, because they dropped the files and immediately started pulling some back because they were exposing some stuff that was like, okay, yeah, especially when it got to Trump.
Oh, yeah.
When those Trump files got snatched so quick. But this is the thing. If it's on the internet, I'm going to say,
forever.
Bro, within 5 seconds, bro, you might as well count your eggs done, bro. Yeah,
if you don't hit cancel and it successfully does not upload,
nope, donezo.
It's a wrap.
Donezo.
Bro, you are done. And it's crazy because, to your point, Manny, and I think that it may be the tactic of the Justice Department because they are throwing so much at you. I think there was like I forgot, there was some crazy astronomical number of amount of pages that they threw out. But they're throwing so much at the American people at this point. Who has any time to even process anything? Really, it's just, all right,
people
give me the Cliff Notes. Yeah, like
people
internet, give me the Cliff Notes and let me know what you saw.
Hey, it's the same folks who did the documentary "Don't F with Cats." It's folks at home that got time. Mm-hmm.
There are some people who are very invested and dedicated to exposing this mess. We found out Elon is a part of this whole circus. I don't know if y'all saw the whole thing. I mean, I ain't surprised. What was it? The Ice Maiden? They said that she came out and said that he got like a issue with ketamine or whatever, and that's when he be tweeting and stuff at night.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since she said that, or that was dropped by Vanity, that she had mentioned that, if you go, and I just wake up sometimes in the middle of the night because I got a newborn, so like I might be up at 3 or 4 o'clock, and I'm waiting for her to finish a bottle, and I get on the socials and I look and I'm like, bro, did this fool Elon ever sleep? And I keep thinking exactly what the Ice Man said. No, he sleeps. He just up high right now.
This is his maximum processing time.
This is his max. Him and Trump, bro. Trump up getting his diaper change. He up getting high. But I'm sitting here like he has been the biggest, advocate pushing for the release, and then he ends up being in the file, and then he drops a tweet almost like, "Yeah, but ain't nobody been prosecuted until something's been said that's done wrong. Then okay, like nah, bro."
And they keep. So as of this morning, the Department of Justice says there's not going to be any new charges filed by what's been in these files, and I think
it shouldn't be. They should have been charged already.
Should have already been charged.
So I have a correction real quick. It's no longer, since I've been renaming things, it is no longer the Department of Justice. This is Department of John. The DOJ is the Department of John.
We got the cowards of Congress.
Cowards of Congress and Department of John. And that Department of John is a double entendre. Don't even ask me how. But we'll take it how you want. Yeah, go ahead, Benny. I'm sorry.
But 3 million files is wild. And then Bill Gates.
That's what the number was, 3 million.
Mm-hmm. And Bill Gates is...
Bruh, Bill Gates caught that straight.
Bill Gates, the Giants owner... But see, okay, but we knew Bill Gates had something because as soon as that divorce when Melinda came through, and if you go back to the divorce between Bezos and his wife, it sounded like there was like a little bit of negotiating here, but Bill and Melinda won't know.
Bro.
It's like Bill said, "What you want, give it to her."
Bruh. I mean, when you got to worry about you got to go. First of all, you Bill Gates. You had to go beg Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
But you ain't got no hookup at the clinic.
Hold on. Let's think about this. Let's think about this from our thinking, our vision. Bill Gates was a dweeb.
Very true.
Like super smart man. Business took off. Billionaire. Number of years, richest man in the world. But like Jay-Z said, you are who you are before you got here. Bill Gates was a dweeb.
A bar.
Fact.
So in that, you go into the cool kid, air quotes, to ask for the help because the cool kid invited you to the table. So I'm going to the cool. Yeah, he brought me the problem.
For the solution.
Exactly. So in that regard, I'm not surprised. And you mentioned. Bezos and McKinsey. I don't know.
McKinsey. I knew it was an M. Yep.
Yes, McKinsey.
Shout out to McKinsey too, bro. She be donating.
Bro, I'm about to sing her praises. I'm talking about glory to glory, singing her praises. Looking at the contrast of those two, Jeff is a staunch Trump supporter and all things that Trump emits. McKinsey is on the opposite end. And I am biased. Because my daughter got a McKinsey scholarship. But boy, thank the most high. But her philanthropy has been major in our HBCU space. Like I'm talking, she's dropping hundreds of millions of dollars.
She's dropping some bread.
And to see the contrast and like Melinda and Bill. Melinda ain't want no spotlight and no hoopla and all this. You give me my money, I'm gonna go do what I need to do. Cause
Melinda ain't contributing to the. She ain't contributing to the black community. Well, her daughter is dating a black man. So
I was
about to say. I mean that it. I mean, for what it's worth, that is a contribution. Might not be the contribution that we need financially.
But
in other cases,
Well, and again, it'll start to be interesting to see the fallout because at least one piece of fallout that I think will be interesting is what the NFL does with the Giants. Because if there's one thing the NFL hates, it's bad PR. Messing with the money.
I don't think they're gonna do anything.
Really?
I don't think nobody doing nothing, bro.
I don't. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's gonna be something else that happens that washes this under the water.
You're right.
We've said it here time and time again. The headlines pop out so fast that you don't have time to sit and dwell on it. Now, what could be a problem is if one of these newspapers in New York continues to dig and make it an issue, then that could be, because we know how the New York media can be. Now, if they continue, then that's something totally different. But as long as they, kind of have brushed over it with the release of everything that's come out and just, leave it at that, I don't see a whole lot happening because a bunch of them are fans. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. I think that
Allegedly for our protection.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only.
But I mean, it's just at this point, I mean, we already know I'm not even gonna say we already know, but the imagination can wonder the extent of how nasty and disgusting these Epstein files are. And I think in the way that they're dropping, even the more we find out, you already have them saying there's no extra charges coming out. There seems to be no response to none of this.
Right.
Even just from, a public standpoint, there's nothing that's happening whatsoever. There's no, charges, extra charges. There's nobody losing endorsements. There's nobody losing anything of this. But yet you still have the victims that are basically every other Friday they getting dropped. I mean, they're really the only ones that's really paying for all of this. Because that Band-Aid on that womb is getting ripped off every time. Ripped off bi-weekly with these drops.
Is this the week my name's going to accidentally appear? Are they going to redact my information properly, or are they going to be able to copy and paste this?
Even if it is redacted, you have the videos now. So even in the videos, they're covering, they're redacting the people that's in the video. But think of it as a victim. I'm still seeing on the TV. And I remember, I know that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know that's me that's in that. The world doesn't know it, but I got to relive it. So if we're not bringing new charges on these people, but we keep making these drops, but we say that we care about the victims, but 2 + 2 ain't adding 4 to me.
Right.
So what is the purpose of all these drops if nothing's going to change?
Because the people asked for it. They claim they asked for it. They wanted it. And they did. Not gonna say they claim they wanted it, but not realizing that there was no bite behind that bark.
Right.
And the Department of John is not gonna do anything. Yeah, I said this before.
They're gonna do something. They're just gonna be doing the wrong thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Accurate. Yep.
You're right.
Nothing is a thing to do in this scenario.
Bruh, I know that, and bruh. Well, I see some of them videos, and with Jeffrey Epstein crawling over that island in that kitchen, chasing them girls around that kitchen, I said, bro, yeah.
Oh, I ain't even watched.
I ain't watched the videos, man.
Well, I didn't intentionally.
If you're on Twitter, it's right in your face.
Yeah. Like I just happened to be scrolling, and I was like, oh, bro, like, it wasn't nothing necessarily.
He looked like one that would chase him across the counter and run around the little island in the kitchen.
And here's ultimately on your point on that, Jeezy, reliving it. No matter how bad the files read, what actually happened is worse.
Yeah.
Yep. These are just the file. These are the notes. These are the cliff notes. But the reality of what these victims went through is always going to be worse than what we will read in any document.
Let the church say amen.
So maybe it's going to take someone coming out with a picture. Here's me and person X at the place. It's going to be
the Chappelle Show skit.
Yep.
That's what it is.
But I heard the note.
All right, let's move on.
Here we go.
New reporting has been revealed of a raid involving the 2020 Georgia voting ballots, raising serious concerns about election integrity. Your boy Donnie J had him go down to Georgia this week.
The FBI.
I think it was about 7 pallets of
No, it was 700 boxes. I know.
700
I don't know how
boxes.
many. Yeah.
I think it was about, in my logistics mindset, I think that's about 7 to 8 pallets. So, so yeah, they raided and took the ballots, and because he's still stuck on this 2020 election. But the odd thing about it, and I'll let you guys further discuss it, but I thought it was very odd that we got a Tulsi Gabbard sighting.
So
I'm gonna give it to you, Chuck. It's your home state.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, you in the state.
yeah, and it was a very big thing down here. Like I was receiving all kind of alerts on my phone when it was going down. The Tulsi Gabbard sighting was very, very concerning because it was the FBI who executed this search warrant and this seizure. So what the heck are you doing here? This is not your realm. This is domestic.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Touche. And in this, I got to shout her out. One of the Fulton County commissioners, her name is Mo Ivory, and she has been heavy.
Is that the lady that wear the glasses?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I seen her, but didn't remember what her name was.
Yes, Mo Ivory. She has been heavy in presenting information to the people, kind of keeping them abreast of what's going on, where things stand. So salute to her in her efforts in providing the best point of clarity that she can to the people, not just Fulton County, but everybody. But what was very concerning about this is, like you said, G's, it's the election results from 2020 in Fulton County, which Fulton County is the largest county in Georgia. It was can be considered the county seat for the city of Atlanta, although Atlanta sits in 5 other counties, technically. But it's essentially the county where Atlanta is the county seat. And in this, the seizure encompassed not only ballots, it encompassed results, tapes. I'm having a blank now. It also was absentee ballots and the mail-in ballots.
Voter rolls,
yes. And so in this, like Mo Ivory said, the very concerning thing, yes, there is a question of tampering and there is a question of improprietary actions being taken on these items. But these absentee and mail-in ballots, you have people's names and addresses that you could harass, that their privacy and safety and security have been compromised with this because there's no level of transparency, there's no level of understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
But the most egregious aspect of all of this is that there was already judicial procedures in place for these to be audited. There was already a court order in place next month for this to begin and happen, where there was transparency, there was what we call dual control, observation and review for these audits to happen so that everybody knew what was going on.
Yep.
Now that they are under the possession of the federal government and it's behind closed doors, these local levels are blocked out, and who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Which is a trend we've been seeing happening with locking the local government out of things and letting the federal government be able to do what they want to do. But my thing that I'm concerned about, Chuck and Manny, is there's already been investigations into the election. Multiple. And multiple.
And cleared.
And cleared. Yes, sir. Cleared. But Trump, first of all, Tulsi Gabbard, you got a lot more things that you need to be handling than worrying about this. Trump says she's been doing a lot of work on the 2020 election. Sir, that ain't her job. That is not her job whatsoever. So why is she doing that? 2, let's just say you found out that the election was rigged. What are we all supposed to do? Thanos snap and go back to 2020 and let you be president for the next 4 years?
Well, that's where it goes into my thought, Jeezy. And I was on the line about whether I feel like this is a conspiracy or not, or whether this is just a Doctor Strange Manny prediction that that I'm about to give.
Is it worthy?
Why not? So the fact that Tulsi was down there, and to Chuck's point, the Tulsi was down there and this was executed by the FBI, tells me that they're obviously looking into a larger coordinated attack. The conspiracy might be for them to figure out if there was stuff done, how they can reproduce it in their favor. But I think more so what is getting ready to happen is they are getting ready to link whatever they're trying to prove happened in Fulton County to some level of international actor being involved, which would then propagate us kidnapping somebody else in the middle of the night or doing something, attacking somebody, causing some other type of conflict of sorts. Because
let's go.
Since we get in our conspiracy theory bag, not as intricate as Manny, not as full level espionage as Manny, but I think this may be a way for him to bring federal charges against Fonnie Willis.
Hadn't thought about that one yet.
Her charges against him was around election interference for 2020 in Fulton County. And what people are not, I ain't gonna say not realizing, but Georgia, although Atlanta is very blue, although we have 2 Democratic senators, Georgia's a red state.
Yeah.
Your Secretary of State is...
hold on, brother.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Not just the Secretary of State, the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the Secretary of State are all Republicans. The Secretary of State led the investigation that Jeezy mentioned earlier. The Secretary of State is the one who Trump was on the phone asking for the extra 11,000 votes, who told him no. So in this, it's not like it was blue, on one side or a mix of both. This was a red-dominated state in those areas and capacity. So that's what leads me to think, Fonnie, get your lawyers up, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say this as we move on to the next topic, is that Chuck made a point about saying that, with the ballots and information and all the things that they raided in Georgia, they have the addresses and names. Didn't y'all get in trouble? Didn't y'all get in trouble with trying to intimidate folks?
Trying
to go to their house, trying to call them. Didn't y'all play that game one time? Ain't that why Rudy Giuliani broke? Hey, y'all gonna try that again?
It's waiting here to die.
If at first you don't succeed, keep on trying.
Keep on trying. Maybe we intimidated the wrong person. Well, going to our next topic. We have with Congress once again running against the clock. There is something.
Wait. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've lived this before.
Brother, I think you have.
It's almost like Groundhog's Day. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's come up.
I had a that's a Raven moment.
That's a Raven moment.
It seemed like every season. Here we are with another government shutdown. And folks, I want y'all to know that I've been waiting to play this for a long time. Since the last government shutdown that happened a couple of months ago.
Down, government.
You shut the government down. Once again, it looks like we're headed to a government shutdown, fellas. And it sounds like that Schumer got to go, bro. Jiminy Cricket. He got to go.
Jiminy Cricket is.
He got to go. He struck a deal with the White House and talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna be good. I think the Senate ended up voting yay.
Nay.
Nay.
Last I saw,
Nay.
last I saw it was a nay.
At
Okay, I
last,
know that Hakeem said it when they come back here. The Democrats will not help you anymore.
well, yeah,
Elvis,
no,
what's your thought,
Hakeem was like, yeah, oh, I'm not playing this game.
bro?
And let's take a moment here. How we are now in election season, so the House has to now play different games than they were when, hey, we could chill coming up to. So they got to be a little bit stronger, a little bit more principled on both sides, because at least through Super Tuesday, people got to get through primaries. But you know, when it came out that a deal had been struck, I texted the boys and I was just like, how do I know the Democrats have already lost with this deal before I even read the deal? And I think the original deal, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, basically just stripped out Department of Homeland Security money. And they're like, hey, we'll vote on that, but gave it like a 2-week or a month extension,
it was like 2
so they
weeks,
could try to figure it out and figure out what
Which,
rules.
then when he played that game before, we're trying to, we'll kick the can and we'll vote. And then when it came, we're like, nah.
Yeah, look, it appears to me that Schumer learned a little bit. Because, last time they got that promise of a vote to maybe have something, if we get the votes, the opportunity to talk about it. Here is at least a little bit more, concrete. So I'm glad after Schumer's how many years in Congress, he's finally learning how this place operates.
Somewhat navigate his job.
Yeah. But yeah, here we are again. We'll see how long this goes.
I think they are. Are they? When are they supposed to reconvene on it? Monday?
I believe Monday. Yeah, I believe it's on and popping.
But here's the thing for me, and I will give them a little credit.
Who's them? Specify.
The Dems. I'm not gonna give Chuck Schumer no credit, but I'll give the Dems a little credit because and y'all. I can't remember if I was on the pod or not, but anyway, it was brought up here that, okay, the deal was made, but there's a chance that we have another shutdown in January. Y'all put that out there for the listeners. But what I'll give them credit for is they took the bite out of it, because this time SNAP benefits and food assistance programs are not affected. And so in that regard, that being extended out through September means I can put your feet to the fire. I can continue the fight and not be impacted or not impacting my constituents and having to decide if I'm going to eat or if I'm going to live. And so I'll give them a little credit in that regard, that aspect has been removed where they're not feeling that pressure. But I don't have faith that they.
But the side part about that, Chuck, they've now pushed that to September, and September is election season.
I agree.
So this is now.
The good thing about that though is, with that being pushed to September, we can make our fight a lot louder.
Yeah, we can run on that. We can hit the streets with that.
Yeah.
If they learn anything.
If they learned it.
Bruh, that if is heavy, bruh.
But
I think that, man, we're going to see what happens Monday, how it goes. I don't know. Democrats, maybe third time's the charm. Is this the third time? Second, third?
I think it's second time this administration is second time.
Yeah, it's the second time this administration.
But at least this time, what we're not hearing about is them furloughing and firing people.
Yeah, that's true.
At least at this juncture, as we sit right now, this seems to be a more quote unquote normal shutdown where people are going to be furloughed and then they'll come back. We still have a lot to happen.
I think the government learned from that first one.
Oh yeah. Well, the Republicans knew that they can't stand a second round of that. They could not stand a second round of that leading into the primaries. Like there's no way we would survive. Heading into that. A lot of those incumbents would then lose their seats or lose their races to those who are challenging them. And as Manny has attested to a lot here, it's hard to be an incumbent.
It is.
It's hard
unless
to
they
beat
give you a
incumbent.
chance. Unless they give you a chance.
Unless they screw it up. So in that, you open the door for them to present that opportunity right there in those moments. So, but what really irks me about this is the toying with FEMA funds. Like, it makes no sense. Okay, we know there's scams. We're dealing with all kind of scams here and there, left and right. The FEMA funds, people who are asking for FEMA funds, 97% of the time, no, 99% of the time,
Right, it's like
need it.
needed.
Now there are moments, and I ain't gonna call nobody out on it. I know some people who might not have needed FEMA funds, but since the FEMA funds was available, and I might put my hands on some, I'll take some. It's not like it was millions of dollars, maybe a couple $100.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
However, those who are requesting FEMA funds, number one, you have to be in an area that's declared a state of an emergency. That's number one. There are things that have to be done that you have no control over, that you like it has nothing to do with you, that even puts it in place for those funds to be released. So the fact that they want to toy around with these funds and not have them enough in the coffers to be able to assist people. Like right now, we're dealing with a major winter storm across the country. Many places are without power. Many places, people are suffering in this storm. And these governments need these funds to assist them in getting what the insurance world says, indemnify, putting people back to their base. It's not even talking about putting you up, putting you back to your base, and y'all are playing around with giving them funds. Meanwhile, let's give ICE this absorbent budget that is
blank check.
Blank check. That's the perfect way to put it, man. It's a blank check to run around and be terrorists.
Well, and then
my thing is that, and I'll talk about it later, but even when it comes to the FEMA funds, the budget and what is needed for FEMA, why does it matter when the person that runs FEMA isn't even doing their job to make sure the assistance is getting to where it needs to be?
Geez, I was going the same point, and our good friend Tom. Well, we'll say my good friend Tom Tillis. Sorry. He's got some time today since he's on his retirement tour. He had some thoughts about this.
Hold on. We're getting ahead, brother.
No. This is his comments about FEMA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry,
he had comments
ahead,
about FEMA. Here it goes.
Of Homeland Security job is disaster response. And I cannot tell you enough how incompetent, based on the facts, that she is on that score as well. The people of Western North Carolina, the people of Eastern Tennessee, the people of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida who were affected by Helene deserve better. No reasonable business person would accept this in the C-suite. She needs to get out of the C-suite. It's not a...
And I think to Chuck's point, people are suffering. Like this, This is not a game. Like, of all the departments, this is one of the ones that I've always believed: Homeland Security and the Department of War. Well, sorry, Department of Defense.
I was about to say, bro, don't tell me you
don't up out of here.
I was about to say, bro, I was here and rate them coals up on you.
I was making sure y'all were awake. But the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security, those are two of the roles that I would like to not have amateurs in.
Yep. I completely agree.
Real lives. And I think this goes to hit very quickly back on the shutdown. They can't afford to have people going hungry when FEMA is not giving out benefits that people need to survive.
Man.
Okay.
Message.
And the fact that they are still, there's still people in those areas that Tillis was talking about who are still struggling, still trying to get it together all this time later is further emphasizing the point of ridiculousness that has happened with
And it's not for a lack of trying, because all these states have done everything that they could to help what they need these
They're not out here
additional
not trying,
assistance.
but they
Right.
need the federal government to kick in.
And that's the whole point of FEMA.
Right.
Bingo.
Like that's your whole purpose. It's
I
not
need
like
y'all
we,
to do what you said you were going to do.
Bruh, what you were
it's not
created
like
to
we
do.
trying to, it's not like we ask you to go outside the scope of your job.
Bruh,
And you
you giving
this
me a
job
hard time because I'm
application-
asking you to do what you're supposed to do.
your job application said this. These are the duties of your job. You accepted this job. Now you don't want to do your job.
Yeah,
Right.
should show you the amateurness that's surrounding this department, bro.
But also, Christy Nome, governor of one of the
We don't care.
Dakotas.
We don't care.
And I'm just
we
like,
do not care.
did your state just not deal with disasters
Bro,
to understand the need of having disaster response from the federal government?
when the last time you seen somebody from one of the Dakotas saying, "Hey, man, I'm struggling"? They used to it. That's how life is,
You're right.
bro. What's in Dakota, bro? Buffaloes, stuff roaming around, weird animals, weather, mountains,
that's it.
snow, rocks. Your next neighbor is 27.3 miles away from you, bro. If you scream, nobody will never hear you. What am I gonna fuss about? You governing over 1,500 people in a state that's as big as
In Canyons.
bro.
South Dakota. South
You go
Dakota.
hiking and you don't make it back. Nobody come looking for you. They just already know, bro. You dead. We ain't no rescue. That's who she governed, bro. We don't know nobody. Matter of fact, if we have any listeners from one of the Dakotas, let us know.
No, we don't. We don't.
See, they probably, bro. They all probably still got flip phones, bro.
Pardon the politics has been heard in all but 3 states: Wyoming, North Dakota, and South Dakota.
See. If it don't come by landline or in the newspaper, they don't hear about it, bro. Unless they can listen to the podcast over the phone, they're not hearing it, bro.
Too much data for dial up.
Bro. If they did have a data plan by the time they opened up and by the time we got to Hello World, this is part of they plan would be exhausted, bro. You have now reached your data limit.
They already getting them fees.
They wonder why they get a bill of data for like $275. Yeah.
Bro, 17-year-olds just trying to stay up on politics.
Bro. Matter of fact, now you got me thinking. When we finish recording, I gotta go look, bro. Do anybody in any of the Dakotas? Do y'all even have social media? Do anybody? What do y'all post? Because you can't do food reviews. Y'all got 2 restaurants in the whole state, bro. Hold on, bro. Never mind, bro. Look. I'm about to start into a rant on the Dakotas, but look,
Bro, they caught a stray for no reason.
caught a stray for no reason.
The only thing the Dakotas ever had going for them was the movie Fargo, and ain't nobody.
Bro.
That was a weird movie.
Bro. That was, bro. Let me move on. Anyway,
we're moving on.
we're moving on, bro. Next, President Donald Trump announced his pick for a new Federal Reserve chair, sparking debate over the Fed's independence and what it could mean for interest rates and inflation. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I don't know the new dude, but one thing about me, I'm gonna always ride with mine and die with mine. I'm a loyalist. I ride with my boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jerome. Big Jerome. We rolling with you, dog. I don't know what the next dude is. I don't know who the next dude is. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what his game is. I don't know any details about him. But I know he ain't
cool
Jerome.
like that.
We ain't cool. Nah, kid. Move around.
Chuck,
What were your
this
thoughts?
was
Trump picking
this was one of your spotlights.
It was. It was, my good brother. Yeah, so interestingly enough, the gentleman who Trump has tagged as the next Federal Reserve chair, name is Kevin Warsh.
The R. It'd be
The
that
R.
R.
Yeah, I want to say
R's
Walsh, but it's Warsh. And he's a former banker and Federal Reserve governor himself. So he is not coming in to this role naive of the happenings in the Federal Reserve Committee. He has some understanding and workings in there, which is a positive from the standpoint of you don't want someone incompetent as coming in, as there are in many other different spaces in this administration, as Tom Tillis eloquently pointed out the other day after Trump called him a loser. But anyway, so in that, it's going to be interesting. He was actually an economic advisor to George W. Bush as well, and Trump. So he is one who has qualifications. That is something that I can speak to. There were thoughts that Trump would go in a different direction, and I will say I'm relieved that he did not go in the original direction that many people thought he was going to go into.
Yeah.
However, I'm gonna hold a little bit of trepidation because Jerome Powell was a Trump pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I thought the same thing, brother.
Yeah.
But that was he was a Gen 1. There's a Gen 1 pick and a Gen 2.
But to that, Manny, the guy that that he picked now, he was, I believe, the number 2 guy. Like
he was a second choice.
So,
he wasn't
it was his
number
second choice. So I mean, if you pick Jerome, that's kind of what I thought about the other day. Like, okay, you pick Jerome, and we've seen how he's done. Maybe this guy may not be too far away from the tree.
So here's what I found interesting about old Kevin is when he was on the Federal Reserve.
I was going to speak to that. Go
He
ahead.
was one of the ones that was just like, yo, interest rates are way too high, way too low. Like, we need to raise interest rate. Like, that was his thing. Like, he was the guy that always believed, hey, we should keep interest rates or raise them. So I'm just like, so you still believe that? Like, what is this version of Kevin that we have coming back? Because that's real interesting. Now, and he's also alluded to being kind of very much pro-tariff. I don't know how, whatever, he's pro-tariff. So I think I'm with Chuck on this one where it's like, okay, I know you're qualified. I know you are aware of what needs to be done. But what are you also going to do? But also, here comes the interesting thing of all of this is I don't know when and if you'll get approved.
Yeah.
Because you already have
still that.
you got to get approved. Tom Tillis, again, Tom on his retirement tour, he's got plenty of time, has said that, hey, I'm not entertaining any type of vote for a new Fed chair until this whole legal battle with Jerome and the FBI has been dealt with and handled and can resolved. We're not. So until then, Jerome is still going to be the chair.
So his term is actually till May. So
yeah, but he'll stay in place until a new Fed chair is confirmed.
Yep.
So you have that piece, and then to a point that we had talked about earlier here on the pod, they went ahead and stacked the board. The board is set for at least the next year. So in terms of our monetary, how long?
It's 5. It's 5-year terms.
Well, there we go. So our monetary policy is very locked for at least in terms of these bodies. So I think that'll be interesting to watch how it plays out. And then on top of that, you still have the court case with the Fed rep that Trump tried to fire because of the whole mortgage thing that's still looming over everything. It's a very not fun time to be at the Fed, or at least a very interesting time to be at the Fed, and we'll see what happens.
And quickly, a point that I was going to speak to as well, the market reaction.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, gold and particularly silver has been on a meteoric rise over the past few weeks. I'm talking crazy numbers. Silver just a few weeks ago was at like $30-something an ounce. It ran up to like $115 an ounce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gold was over $5,000 an ounce at one point. Well, they plummeted when this was announced about Kevin Warsh. And it was a decline in the stock markets because he was seen as many was pointing to, as an inflation hawk, meaning he cared about rates more than he cared about jobs. We're already showing to be losing jobs.
Yep.
In an economy that shows no signs of getting better. And so in that, and so with this appointment and nomination has provided a market correction in precious metals because of what he has been known to stand for. And even recently, they say that he probably become a little bit more moderate in his stances because he's echoed the sentiment of being critical of the Fed, but also, like Manny said, supporting tariffs. Well, if you're supporting tariffs, you see where it's gotten us so far.
But you're supporting tariffs and being so focused on inflationary measures. I don't know how you reconcile that, but maybe we find out. Maybe we don't. Because, again, I think what everyone forgets from time to time with these nominations, you guys still agree to go through this process.
Yes.
And there have been people who have dropped out of the process because it's taken too long. So what is the appetite of a person to now every political appointment is that much more politicized? And I think there are fantastic people that would be great at doing these jobs who are just like, I absolutely don't want to deal with this nonsense. So no, take me out.
That's like some of these job interviews and you going through 4, 5, 6 interviews. Bruh, do you want me or do you not?
Right. It's like the coach of the Browns.
Bro, look, every time I hear people talk about that, when they talk about like going them extra rounds, I was like, well, pause. But I think about that video that guy that was he was like in prison for like life or something, and was like, but had the possibility for parole. And when he came to the parole hearing, they were like, "Do you have anything to say about your parole?" He was like, "Look, y'all gonna free me or not? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and beg y'all. I've been in jail 30 years. If y'all ain't gonna free me, then I'm going back to my cell. Like, I ain't about to sit here and go through all this, bro, all this apology, all this. I ain't about to go through all this politics, bro. Y'all gonna free me or not? We deny you. All right, then I'm going back to the cell. Then, all right.
I done said this the last. Yeah, I don't apologize the first 7 times. See here,
if
I done 30, another 30. Look, hey, what's another 30? But yeah, bro. That's ridiculous. We'll see what happens. I agree with Tom Tillis. I mean, if you got this process going on with Jerome that needs to play out, I believe it wholeheartedly. It needs to play out, and that might have been you might have bit off a little bit more than you can chew, because you maybe, instead of trying to be funny and intimidate Jerome, you might should have held your
run off your guy.
Let the man, let him go ahead and run his course, and then you pick your guy and we'll pick up from there. But hey,
I mean,
we'll see what happens.
If you're watching what now the Trump administration is doing to the guy the Trump administration put in there, how much more does that change your appetite for whether you want to do the job?
Look, I ain't about to play them games. I can do something better. So we'll see what happens. That's gonna be a long process, and we don't know when that process will happen, because if Tillis is speaking that, I'm sure that there are multiple people that are within the chamber that believe that same sentiment as well. Yep. So we'll see what happens. On to the next. Speaking of Tom Tillis.
Tommy. Tom made some noise this week, boy.
Look, in a very short amount of time, he's definitely made a lot of noise, bro. He's definitely made a lot of noise, and he particularly has been going at our lovely cosplay individual known as Kristi Noem, and they've been going at it and clashing publicly. So we can only imagine what Tom is saying about Kristi behind closed doors. So, what's your thoughts on this, brother?
Well, first I want to play the clip. Chuck alluded to it earlier, and I was like, we just got to play the clip. So I'm going to play the clip. Here we go.
I have no intention of voting until the legal matter is resolved for anybody.
Senator, what message will it send to the country if Kristi Noem continues as Secretary of Homeland Security?
That we're allowing incompetent people roles in the cabinet.
I mean, because the president doesn't seem to be willing to get rid of her. He has confidence in her, he says.
I don't have any confidence. Look, we're about to map out the something I've tried to work diplomatically on, but she's a complete failure on a disaster response. There's no comparison between his Homeland Security in President Trump's first term and this one. They're asleep at the switch. They're pushing paper and doing Doge shit and causing people not to get badly needed resources down there. She clearly doesn't know how to manage. She's never managed a large organization, and she's failing at every possible measure of the job.
I mean, and it seems like Stephen Miller is not going anywhere either.
Well, again, I'll leave it up to the president. But Stephen Miller was the one who got out in front on Greenland. It's not working the way he said it was. He got out in front and told the president before he even taken the time to understand the incident that happened in Minneapolis, that a terrorist had been killed and was brandishing a weapon. It's like
bar at the bar.
In the
Someone give me the ether beat.
Please.
This bill that's pending on the floor right now, the funding bill in order to
New bar coming up
on the front line. My heart, I feel badly for these. You're talking about a few who are involved in the incident, but they're
Okay, I'm going to find the other clip, the shorter version of the clip, and we'll come back to it. But Tom's clearly got time, and he's really fed up with Kristi Noem.
Fed up, done, sick of her. Hey, Tom was out there dropping bar after bar after bar. Well, you would think he was Freestyle Friday. He was just letting it ride.
At 106 in Park.
Yes, sir. Let it ride.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna be honest, in full disclosure, I've never been a fan of Tom Tillis. As a former resident of the great state of North Carolina, as y'all know, this is my home state. I love home. North Carolina born, North Carolina bred. But when they say a broken clock could be right at least twice a day.
At least twice a day, brother.
That's the one. That's his first one time being right.
Look, so
drop that beat, man.
The president called you a loser, I believe.
I am thrilled about that. That makes me qualified to be Homeland Security Secretary and Senior Advisor to the President.
walk off, Tom.
Hey, bro. I wish I had the gunshot sound, bro.
Hold on, run that back, man. Run that back. The emphasis in his voice, he was like, I've been waiting on this one.
Bro.
He was waiting
just run it back, man. He's
I believe.
I am thrilled about that. That makes me qualified to be Homeland Security Secretary and Senior Advisor to the President.
Bam.
I am thrilled about that.
And it's the walk-off.
The walk-off.
Bro. I've been waiting to drop that.
Reporter, the smile on that reporter's face makes it look like the Wade to LeBron alley, and Wade looking in the camera like, I threw that.
I did that.
Yep.
That's what a smile was like. Yeah, I set that up.
He said that clip about to do numbers.
Oh yeah, that's one of the guys that know Tom Tillis personally. He said, "Oh yeah, I know you got something to say. I got you."
But at the heart of it, Kristi Noem has been horrible.
Terrible.
Like, this has been a horrible 2-week run for her. Like, Minnesota has been chaos from the get-go.
Yep.
And it's clear that they have no real plan there. Then you got the whole beef between Kristi and Stephen Miller. And it's going to keep getting worse. So at some point, it is still shocking to me that we are a year into this administration and we've not had a major firing. Like,
they keep getting close. They flying close to the sun.
We keep getting so close, and then something else happens, and it distracts everyone.
I just knew Kristi was gonna get fired because when they sent Tom the Minnesota, I was like, it's about time, bro. About time to wrap it up and give him the Marco Rubio package. Go ahead and start merging plans together. You border czar and head of the Department of Homeland Security.
Right. And for all we know, the only reason that Kristi Noem still has a job is because Marco has said, "Hey, I can't do no more." Look, I done charted my hours task by task, and look, they're it's a 40-hour work week. You already got me working 97 hours.
Marco sitting the meetings and heard him talk about releasing Kristi and letting him take over for the time being. He said, "Oh no."
He said no.
He said not it.
I can't do this.
Oh, and I have a theory real quick about Marco Rubio and all his jobs. It's not It's not music worthy. It's not music worthy. It's just that this is punishment. This is all punishment.
Ooh.
Trump is like, okay, I'm letting you in, but you're gonna do all this work because when we was on that first campaign trail and battling each other, it was ugly.
You said some stuff about me I didn't like.
I ain't like. Yeah. So you want to join this gang? You gonna do everything? Like,
bro, I never even looked at it like that. He's straight up punishing that man.
He's punishing this man
because Marco looks miserable.
He do.
He looks miserable.
He looks like he don't want to do the job. But he knows he's like, he do. You two things can be true.
He thought he was going to be I think Rubio in his head thought, hey, this is going to be like the Trump first administration.
Oh yeah.
We just going to run that back and cool.
If he thought that was the case, he clearly can't read a room.
Bruh.
We all knew that this was going to be like the first.
We all knew it.
You can't be that big.
The signs were clear.
We tried to tell you.
Man, this whole thing with Kristi Noem, man, and Tillis is completely right. He's completely right because when you have so much, and that's kind of what I was alluding to in our previous topic. You have so much disaster going on. There's so much that is going on in the country, and your assistance is needed. And I think that people forget that is part of the head of the Department of Homeland Security's job.
Yeah,
is to worry about that. That is a part of their job. And clearly, she's out cosplaying an agent. I don't know if y'all seen that video where she posted when she was standing with the agent, and she literally had the rifle pointed at her head.
Like,
well, I mean, the barrel right at home in head, and she just.
It's also clear that this administration does not care about gun rights. They've proven that over the last 2 weeks. So
they care about gun rights and how to handle one, to handle one properly. Like, what,
bro? So Tillis is 100%, and I mean, I said this in the group chat, but Tillis, I would have loved for this energy to be there from day one. And I feel some type of way that we get this energy on your way out when you're closer to the exit. But I mean, hey, go ahead and drop the gems in the bars while you're there. But to anybody else coming in, come with that energy starting out, bro. We need that.
Let's start there. Don't work your way up there.
Don't be. You need to come in and show us something that we can change your name from the cowards of Congress. We got to change it from that. If not,
take a lot of work.
It's gonna take a whole heap. As they say in the South, a whole heap of change.
Yes,
and to get that done.
As we get ready to wrap on this one, I think the one thing that will be interesting going forward with the expanded discussions that are supposed to be had around the Department of Homeland Security, how loud will Tillis's voice be? And how will that impact what the future of the Department of Homeland Security looks like? Because is it plausible that they start spinning off ICE completely out of Homeland Security to have someone else run it? I think it's completely plausible.
What that is? More bureaucratic bull.
Yep.
That's okay.
What happened to small government?
No. This administration doesn't like bureaucracy when it's someone else's bureaucracy. But when it's there, it's like that. It was that one politician, corruption is bad. But if I'm part of it, I defend it.
Right. That's one of my favorite clips.
I defend it.
If I'm part of it, I got to defend it, bro.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, we'll see what happens, man. On to the next topic.
Right.
So this week, there was another kidnapping, brother.
Bro, what are we doing?
That's perfect. That's exactly what it was. Kidnapping in the first degree.
Right. And I want y'all to know when I read this, I'm gonna let y'all into my world just a little bit, how my mind operates when it comes to politics.
Welcome to Derry.
Bro, look, welcome. So I was sitting there listening to all this that happened. To our listeners, what I'm talking about, the U.S. Coast Guard spent weeks chasing the oil tanker across the Atlantic. We talked about this in previous episodes. And then the crew literally paints a Russian flag on the back of the ship as the U.S. was closing in. So, well, the ship eventually ends up near the United Kingdom waters, Scotland specifically. where things got a little messy legally. So the Scottish court tries to step in to stop the U.S. from taking the ship's captain and its first officer. So the lawyers are filing motions, judges are still deliberating, and then late at night.
Late in the midnight hour.
Late in the midnight hour, the U.S. moves in anyway. The captain and his first officer are quietly taken off the ship, transferred onto a U.S. Coast Guard cutter just hours after that court order, kicking off accusation of jurisdiction shopping, legal overreach, and one lawyer straight up calling it an abduction. And when I read this, Chuck, you may appreciate this. This is what came to my mind, brother.
Hey.
Oh, you thought you was good on that ship, huh? You take that Russian flag, you thought you was gonna get away, huh? Yeah, you thought you get back to land, huh? Yeah, we come and snatch you like Maduro did in the middle of the night, huh?
Straight up punk you, huh?
Bruh, I heard that beat straight up in my head when I was listening. I say, yo, the U.S. is wild, bro. You thought you was safe when you got over it in them waters, huh?
Straight wild, boy.
Yo,
straight wild.
The U.S. and I was watching the clip of the Scottish court. Literally, just like they were going like, bro, how did y'all just come and abduct?
Little dude with the red head, the little ginger,
with the glasses on.
With the glasses on. Hot. Listen, he was spitting his illest 16
yes,
ever.
Yes, sir. Bro, and then the guy after him came up and just was like, I know, but we're still trying to just leave. He's like, well, y'all not here. They gone. They gone.
Here is where I think every country around the world is probably concerned. I feel like if you have to stack rank the armed forces in terms of like they're perceived like, oh, they're coming. Coast Guard is near the bottom. Like, but the Coast Guard
depending on what you're doing.
This is true. This is true. But all of our military branches have the ability to kidnap people.
Listen, so let's put some respect on the Coast Guard name though, because them jokers, it is the Coast Guard in conjunction with other meteorological entities that's flying in the middle of these hurricanes.
This is true. This is very true.
That's providing us with this data.
This is true. Mm-hmm.
These ain't no chumps now.
Right.
like the Coast Guard.
But you usually don't hear about the Coast Guard doing operations like this.
Not like this. But if they're brave enough to go and save people who are in the middle of the ocean drowning, locating them, like, they ain't no chump,
a helicopter literally in the middle of the ocean, dropping down, trying to pull something. Yeah, you gotta be a tough dog to do that.
Yes, sir.
But it's also like the Coast Guard is also the firefighters of the U.S. military. You hear the Coast Guard is coming, it's usually, hey, something has gone wrong, a ship is capsized, here come the Coast Guard to save them. I was
about to cause a controversy on y'all on this show, but I ain't gonna do it. Salute to the Coast Guard.
You're right.
But like I said, every single one of our military branches has the ability to come get you if we need to.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to the firefighters too. I got mad love for the firefighters.
I love firefighters.
Volunteer ones too.
No. I don't. That's not a pause. That's respect. That's legit respect. Yeah. And my controversy had nothing to do with the slight of a firefighter. Salute to Manny's comment. Salute to the Coast Guard. Salute to the firefighters. Firefighters and Coast Guard are probably some of the bravest individuals ever in life, besides those who work on this fishing boats and crab boats in Alaska.
Bruh. That's wild.
Doing the deadliest catch.
But I will say, some of them volunteer firefighters can be a little annoying, though.
No. I'm talking about those who are employed, who get a check.
Hey, I just got to clarify, because you know the volunteers don't see that. They don't see that V. They don't see that V in front of firefighter. That's why I got to clear. Some of them just see firefighter and they say, "Oh, okay, no, you got that V in front of."
Pass the test. They couldn't pass the test, but they want to help out.
Yeah,
you a volunteer, bro.
Yeah, you still loading stamps at the post office in that vending machine. Chill out. With that annoying loud pager that you walk around Home Depot with.
Look, your light sit on your dash of your truck.
Right.
Chill out. Ain't nothing official about your vehicle, bro. If you put that little light, on the top of your car with a magnet like the police cops from the 80s. No,
I get so mad when it be an accident and it be a volunteer firefighter directing traffic. I be wanting to yell out the window, can one of y'all officers please come over here and replace him? You about to piss me off. Tell Jim Bob to go ahead and go back home and get started on something. Bro.
You can't even turn on the faucet by yourself, bro. You're a volunteer. Chill out.
Just a mean strain. God,
you know what?
Volunteer firefighters had to catch that straight, bro.
Since leaving Eastern North Carolina, I have not seen as many volunteer firefighters as I did living in Eastern North Carolina. It's a whole heap of them.
Man, I got about 25 living around me right now. I hope they listen to this episode and know how I feel about them. Y'all got to chill. You ain't real.
Bro, I was watching the show. Speaking to that, it reminded me, this girl talking about yell out citizen arrest. If you don't get the hell out of my face.
Yo, don't let that citizen's arrest get you hemmed up.
Get you arrested and developed. Bro, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a mean straight.
Bro, I love it. Well, another stray that happened this past week as we move on to our next topic. And actually, we've reached our final topic of the rapid fire game that we're playing on today. The homie, depending on, shout out to Eric if according to Eric, he'd be a real one. Don Lemon. Don Lemon was arrested this past week, along with other journalists, in connection to the protest that took place at a Minnesota church. I believe it was this past week. Mm-hmm. I seen them circulating online. They had Don Lemon's face on Donnie T's mugshot.
Yes.
And on a side note, we need to take AI from a lot of y'all. A lot of people don't be having access to AI.
There should be a rule that if you are using AI and the amount of water you are destroying is not equal to the amount of water you consume, then you don't need to use it. Because I know a lot of y'all that use it don't drink water. Don't drink enough water.
Got the ammonia pee. Ammonia urine.
Taking the paint off the urine.
And you want to destroy other people's water source.
Yep. If you can't consume the amount of water that you wasting on AI, then you don't need to be using it. But go ahead, brother.
Man, I was not shocked.
Hold on, Manny. Jeezy, you are a renowned musician. For the listeners who don't know, my brother is very astute in the musical realm. When I first met him, he band the whole nine. The brother is very gifted.
Appreciate it, brother. Yes, sir. What was my man's name? It's Black History Month, and I should be ashamed of myself of not knowing the I might be ashamed too now.
was it Fats Domino?
No, Fats Domino played the piano.
Okay,
you ain't talking about Gillespie?
Yes, Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't even know how you got to that answer.
Because I just gave the man his praise for a reason. I'm
trying to figure out the question. I was like, what
look, I don't talk about music much, man. But if you ever get me in my bag now,
I know.
Get my bag. I know some stuff, bro.
I'm here for our listeners who are trying to understand what Chuck was asking. Just know that.
That's why I prefaced everything with the praise, because that wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't no joke. But I just want to get my Gillespie on and toot my own horn, because this is another one of my spotlights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Again, I was not surprised. Sorry, I was shocked. I was not surprised by that, because it is the tune that this administration is now taking towards news and news media. So this should not be shocking. This should not be surprising to everyone. It is still shocking that they actually did it. And
the shocking part is because, to your point, not surprised. It's shocking, but not surprised.
Yeah.
Because, or however you said it. Because they had a court order, or not a court order. They had several prosecutors who turned it down. There was an appellate judge who turned it down in filing charges. But the pettiness of this administration,
Bro.
to what Manny is speaking to, this is what they show you. Their level of petty. Okay,
They had to find somebody.
It's intimidation.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because the same people that they arrested is the same ones that the appellate court said, no, that's not enough to charge them. We're not going to move forward, leave them alone. Every last individual.
Because I think the administration also knows Don Lemon has access to the money to fight it.
Without question, on many different arenas.
Like, he'll be fine. But if
that's
I
why he
can
was up there grinning the way he was, bro. He is not worried.
But if I can get
these,
if I can get these other people who don't have the resources that are able to be, Don Lemon walks into an event, people know who Don Lemon is.
Oh, facts.
You know, new reporter from local newsbeat, they may not know that. So that person may be able to get video and access and see things and be able to share that. So this is not about Don. This is about the other reporters. They're trying like, hey, he had the money to get out. What you got?
Well, I think the tone that Don has taken when he had his little, I guess you can call it press conference after his release or whatnot, I think that he sees this as his, I'm going to say, quote unquote, calling to preserve that for independent, because Don Lemon is not under CNN, not under anything. He is strictly independent in what he does now. And I think that
I think that came from, to your point, I'm sorry for cutting you.
No, you're good.
But no, that's exactly his mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Because CNN cut him for speaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, brother. You're spot on.
So I think that he is now seeing this as his moment. And I think that with the amount of resources that maybe this administration and those that are pulling these strings have maybe neglected or not aware of, he most certainly have the resources to take on this fight, not just for himself, but just in the name of independent journalism, because this is an attack on that. This is an attack on that free speech, because if this was flipped and done another way, this wouldn't have been a problem. But the thing that gets me about the administration is you act like you care about protecting these religious spaces. You act like you care about religion, period.
Facts.
So let's stop playing games and call it what it is. You're just trying to intimidate this man. And hopefully if you can make him, it's not even intimidating this man. If you're trying to intimidate the process of those that say, hey, look, if I want to cover and speak ill against what the administration is doing, you better beware because we'll come after you.
Well, and it happened here, though. Like Don Lemon is the big name that was grabbed a part of this, but there was another reporter also captured, Georgia Ford, who live streamed all of this, live streamed her arrest. And it was like early in the morning.
Is that the one where she was down, like she was upstairs and had
upstairs looking down? Yeah. And had feds at her door. And she's trying to talk to her. It's like, what am I supposed to do? And what do you do? What do you do?
The kids in there scared.
Right. The kids are scared. She's scared. All for doing something that is constitutionally protected.
Bingo.
But who is enforcing the protections of this at this point?
Well, the administration is telling you they don't care about that.
Right.
We seen last week about how, hey, your gun rights come with asterisks. Your what you can say about the government and your journalism, that's coming with an asterisk too.
Yep.
That's the thing that gets me about Americans that are in support of this administration. They're literally ripping your rights as if they don't matter. And there was a time, and you heard us say it here on the podcast, make American politics boring again, where this was okay. If you want to listen to, I hate the left wing and right wing crap, but if you want to listen to right wing stuff, you want to listen to all that, Republican hoopla and whatever, go watch these other channels. Don't listen to these. If you want to listen to this left wing crap, go listen to them, and you don't have to listen to these. And it was okay. They both can coexist in the same place. Why are we now trying to make it to a point where there is only one side that needs to be heard, and that's it?
Because that's how you build empires. You
Well,
gotta quiet the dissension. You gotta quiet the dissension.
Trying to build something that's gonna fall. That's why I'm glad my house is not on sinking sand. Hallelujah.
Solid rock.
Show you right, as Michael Jackson would say.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. Number one, where was this high level of ill repute and disregard for the individual who killed those kids and shooting into that church?
Man,
that was during this administration.
Right.
They ain't care about that.
Like, since it's so much, quote unquote, about the disturbance of religious parishioners.
Yep.
Like,
what
the
was the
hypocrisy
administration on there, bro?
Like the hypocrisy. Like Jeezy said, man, it's not about left and right. I'm an independent. And funny enough, we did a little test, whatever that was that Manny shared with us, to see what side of the aisle you lean. And I lean a little more to the Republican side in many different aspects, probably more so from the fiscal standpoint than anything, than the Democratic side. I've been a registered independent for doggone 10, 15 years now. But this is not about politics. This is merely about right and wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plain and simple. And right and wrong has no political name. And so for them to continue to echo a message of wrong to try to dress it up as right, I take it back to what's my girl name from Alaska who was the VP candidate?
Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Shout out to Sarah Palin.
Lipstick on the pig. A pig with lipstick on it, still a pig.
Hey.
I don't care how you dress it up.
She was kind of, never mind.
Anyways, that's another podcast for another day. That's all.
Never mind. I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah, that's my gripe. Right and wrong, man. Right and wrong.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And the moving of the goalpost and the needle is it's ridiculous. And the American people should wake up and see this as a problem. But what we're seeing is becoming accustomed that these things happen and nobody says nothing.
Nobody.
The question for this week is going to be, so they went after the First Amendment this past week and the Second Amendment the week before that. So what amendment are we going after?
And the 14th before that.
So what amendment are we going after this week?
We tear them amendments up, boy.
Right.
It's probably going to be the 4th.
Yeah.
Probably the 4th.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Well, we made it.
We made it to the end.
We made it to the end.
Well, you guys know as we cover our topics, we can't leave without giving you two of our last segments of the show, and that is the pickle of the week.
We got your pickle. We got your pickle. We got your pickle.
All right.
Uh-oh. Who's in the brine?
I think this person may be new to the brine, bro. Now that I think about it, we've done a lot
fresh
of
brine.
Fresh brine.
I think we've done a lot of episodes, so sometimes it's hard to keep up, brother. But I think that this might be a new pickle. But this week's pickle goes to none other than Melania Trump.
Melania.
I don't think she's ever been a pickle.
I don't think she has either.
Yeah.
I think this might be a new one.
Okay.
But Melania, she's in the pickle this week. Because following the release of her new documentary, Melania, a project that was meant to redefine her public image, but it didn't work because
ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Melania.
Well, no one coming to see you.
Nobody coming to see you. I want to talk to you as if I know you.
You're right here with
girl.
us on the pod.
Baby girl, don't nobody care.
Not a soul.
About that documentary. Ain't nobody coming to see that documentary outside of the folks that you brought to that movie premiere with you. That movie gonna tank worse than anything you ever seen. Rotten Tomato already got it so low. It ain't even a tomato plant. It might just be a seed. Baby girl, that movie is done. That documentary is over. Nobody cares about what you think because you already own some BS anyway. Because I heard in the documentary, because I'm not going to give you the time of day to go watch it, you didn't address nothing about your immigration status, because you've been very, very strong spoken about your immigration policy, even though you seem to be an immigrant of yourself as well. Seeing what's going on within this country, I don't know what she do as a first lady, but dropping a documentary. Michelle Obama got a documentary?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Becoming. There's actually an effort right now via social media to try to make Becoming one of the top movies on Netflix to counter this.
Oh, I love pettiness. I love pettiness.
I do too, but I don't want to.
I'm not going to watch either.
Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm definitely not watching. I don't care. I don't care.
I didn't even know it existed, so that should tell you what my stance is. If I'm gonna watch a documentary, I'm gonna watch something like Don't F with Cats. Like, I want something that's gonna grab my attention.
Yes,
I don't want to hear about how you got mad that Trump soils himself and you've been cleaning his diaper for the past 15 years. We don't care. You signed up when you married that old fart anyway. So look, unless you're gonna talk about in this documentary about them new magazine photos,
I was about to say, if you talk about how you was a sex worker,
I was about to say, now if you want to get in how you the very first lady that used to be an OnlyFans model before OnlyFans was an OnlyFans. Unless you're gonna talk about that in the documentary and how you became to be this modest fashion woman, because I ain't gonna lie to you, Melania, you be dressing, you be popping out with your Mortal Kombat hats, and you do your thing. Unless you're talking about that in that movie, in that documentary, we don't want to hear it. And nobody come to see you, Otis. Baby girl, you in the pickle. You wasting your time. They had on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange ringing the bell on Monday with the background. And we don't care. We don't care. Your husband trash. Your stepkids is trash. You trash. Barron ain't Trump's son. That boy is too tall. Y'all keep peddling that he saved a woman from an abusive relationship. We know y'all lying. Y'all got to stop. Nobody cares.
I think Carl Quinn from Australia, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes, gave I think what is probably the most my current view of it.
Okay.
He says it's impossible not to feel that the real purpose of this portrait is not insight, but rather distraction from the awfulness and corruption of her husband's regime.
I can dig it.
I mean, but it's got a 10 on Rotten Tomatoes.
But you know what's interesting? And I just came across this. The director of the film appears in photos with Jeffrey Epstein that was released by the DOJ.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's why they came out with a story this week that they had Mabdani as a baby and his mama. Posted it with like Trump and Bill Clinton with some Epstein stuff. They said his mama was tired of that stuff, bro. And had the baby picture and everything. I said, bro, nah.
They wildin'. That's a Sora. Was it Sora or whatever that?
Yeah.
That's it. They wild for that.
Bro. Y'all need to get rid.
Pick, baby. Now Trump gonna beef it up, and he gonna tell y'all that this movie did numbers like Star Wars when it first was released. I'm here to tell you,
he can't do that. They already reported that it's set to earn $7 million, and it cost upwards of $75 million to what Amazon paid for it and promoting it. And they already taken down the billboards. I seen the video the other day or yesterday. They
just released it already.
They flipped the billboard from the picture to the black side, just blank.
They said, "Go ahead and put up Zootopia 4."
Here's what I will say: if you all can somehow, if y'all at home can make this episode the top episode for the podcast over the next week, then you know what? I'll get Jeezy and Chuck together. We will all live stream our response and watch this movie live.
Bro,
I'm with it.
Hey,
if y'all pop this off to be number one listen to episode, I'm with it.
We will set up a live streaming event where we watch this movie and give you our insight live.
Y'all better do it
discretion
quick
is
because
advised.
y'all better do it quick because from what Chuck telling us, they already
ain't got
taking
much
down the
time.
posters. Y'all ain't got much time. Y'all
it'll
might have like
it'll be on Amazon Prime Video. They don't pay that much money on it. They're gonna put something behind it.
All right. Well, that is my pickle of the week, Melania, baby. Godspeed. That's all I can tell you. Godspeed and Jesus whip. Anyway, spotlights. we reached the conclusion of our episode, and as you guys know, at the end of our conclusion, we always love to give you our spotlights of the week. So, my brothers, what spotlights do you have for this episode?
So I'll go first.
All right.
My spotlight initially was the good sir. He kind of pissed me off too. But Gavin Newsom was set to file a civil rights complaint against good old Dr. Mehmet Oz over some claims of fraud and improprieties with healthcare. What was the exact terms? Sorry, y'all. I had it and dropped it. File complaint against Medicare head on baseless and racist allegations when Oz was going through on a visit in LA, and he took some video and posted about a 4-block radius, just leaving disparaging comments. And so Gavin was like, nope, when we talk about level of petty earlier, and we've said it before,
Bruh, Gavin is petty.
Gavin can play the petty game. Gavin's gonna play the petty game. So he filed a complaint with Health and Human Services in regards to this. But then I thought about it. My spotlight needs to be informative. It needs to be impactful. It needs to be educational. So I'm gonna give the good people a couple of, in honor of Black History Month, a couple of Black inventors and inventions that is very little known. I mean, some may know it, but overall, you don't know it.
I like
so in that, I'm going to give you 5. 5 is a fantastic number. Number one,
indeed.
The ice cream scoop. In 1897, invented by Alfred Carl, C-R, or Krell, C-R-A-L-L-E. So yeah, when you go to Ben & Jerry's, shout out to Ben & Jerry's because they're for the cause. And you got an ice cream scoop, think a Black man. The hairbrush. Patented by Lydia Newman. Shout out to you in 1898. One that I appreciate, especially when I became an adult, because as a kid, I had to do the opposite of this. The clothes dryer. It was developed by George T. Sampson. Growing up, had to hang up clothes on the clothesline outside.
Some of clothes smell like outdoors.
Yes, sir.
You accidentally get hit when one of those random North Carolina 3:00 summer rain showers.
Gotta run out there and get them.
Yes, sir. One of my favorites that many people do not know about, the improvement of the traffic light by Garrett Morgan. There were lights before, but they were not the ones that we know today of the 3-position traffic light with the red, yellow, and green. Although many of you non-driving individuals do not adhere to the laws and guidance of these traffic signals. Yeah. And then we have, that was 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was 4. The last one is one that is a little more personal. The inventor of the super soaker.
Hey.
And it's personal on many levels. Growing up, had countless super soakers.
Yes, sir.
The toy of the summer, especially growing up in North Carolina in those summertime.
I was about to say, bro.
The super soaker is a pause, bro.
I don't know if it's a pause, but it just go ahead, brother.
Because if we talking about that bachelor party that our brother had at EP3,
hey, look, brother. I was about to say it depends on what light you talk about it in. Look. I shall not and will not incriminate myself. So continue, brother.
That's why I stopped. But it was a water gun. There we go.
There we go.
You know, nobody in
And-
Dakota don't know nothing about no super soaker.
But it's too cold in the Dakotas to properly use a super soaker.
Yo, wow.
Or have a childhood. Continue.
Yeah, Dakota. No, Dakotas. We mad at y'all. Like how
man.
every state but y'all. But okay. Anyways,
Oh boy. But anyway, 1989, NASA engineer Lonnie Johnson invented the super soaker water gun. But not only from my childhood, but I've had the pleasure of meeting and engaging with Mr. Lonnie Johnson, who is still alive.
oh yeah.
Hey.
He lives here in Atlanta. And I guess I got a little Black history fact myself because my daughter and his granddaughter were teammates and partners in the international debate competition in Harvard in 2024. And
dope, bro.
for the
That's
listeners,
awesome, man.
they were top 8 out of 150 plus teams. So yeah, he's an amazing gentleman, always trying to pour into the youth and help. Even like I said, even till this day. But yeah, that's my spotlight.
I remember not too long ago. I don't know if it was a documentary or an interview I watched where they gave a tour of like his lab and the stuff that he's doing in that lab is wild.
Yeah, they have it here. If you want to bring your come down, bring your kids, we can get that set up.
Oh, bet.
Hey,
Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. That's dope, bro. Manny, my brother, what you got?
Man, well, it is clear that Trump has been spending far too much time on the phone with Putin because he is pulling up his Ukraine playbook. But this time in Canada. So the Trump administration has had multiple meetings with a Canadian separatist group called the Alberta Prosperity Project, which is seeking independence from Alberta. And you would be shocked. I know everyone here is going to be shocked to hear that Alberta has a lot of oil. So, yep, I know. I none of us saw that coming. So the talks are around that if they were able to get a referendum together and succeed from Canada, that they are planning to ask the U.S. for a very large credit line of around $500 billion. Now, where are we going to get that from? We ain't got it. Where are we getting it? So
where we get everything else from?
Oh, yeah. Good point. So, yeah, Canada's not happy about it, obviously. But it's more of Trump's expansion. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. We have these things pop up every now and then. We've heard them coming out of Texas. We've heard it coming out of California about trying to secede. So I don't envision that this will likely be successful. But if you look at the ongoing tensions between the U.S. and Canada, it's adding more gas to the fire. So we'll be watching this play out in the ongoing side battle of the U.S. versus Canada. And that is my spotlight of the week.
That's still a wild notion to think about.
Bro.
Canada,
it is. Part of Canada. He's given up. It seems like he's given up on the dream of all of Canada.
No, I'm just saying
I'll
fight with Canada, period. Like, you fighting with your first cousin.
Right. Don't make any sense.
No.
While we got other fights to be fighting.
Big Mama wouldn't be happy. No, as Jay-Z said, nobody wins when the family feuds. Well, my spotlight is taking us down into Texas. Christian Menifee, former Harris County attorney and Democrat, won in a special election runoff in Texas' 18th congressional district this past week, capturing nearly 68% of the votes against its fellow Democrat Amanda Edwards. Now, this seat had been vacant after the death of Sylvester Turner, and this now narrows the Republicans' majority in the U.S. House to 218 to 214. And just want to make note that the Texas 18 seat has been vacant for nearly a year due to delayed scheduling by the GOP leadership. So him winning this seat, and he will now look to compete March 3rd Democratic primary in a redrawn district, likely facing incumbents like Al Green and others. So this could signal for something pretty big shifting down in Texas. And I also say that because there was a flip that happened this past week as well with Taylor Remmet, a Democrat who won a special election for Texas State Senate District 9, a seat once reliably Republican and previously carried by Donald Trump by 17 points in 2024. He defeated the Republican by a double-digit margin, which is about 14 plus points in the runoff. He is a Air Force veteran, union leader, and aircraft mechanic who flipped a seat in a county-long dominated GOP voter. So there's a as a good old gospel song says, there's a storm out on the ocean, and it's moving this old way.
This old way.
Well, and here's what's really interesting about that, G's. They have taken the numbers from that state Senate seat and weighted against the new maps.
Yeah.
And if Dems were to perform along the same lines that they did in these two races, that this whole redrawn Texas that they did will actually give Dems 3 additional seats.
Whammy.
You did all that to potentially give Dems 3 more seats.
Whammy.
Bruh, I think it's very possible, bruh. I said it before, and I believe we said it here on the podcast, bro, that this was going to be a bad idea, and it wasn't going to work out in the way that they thought it was. So, hey.
I, for one, am shocked to see that this is not working out the way they thought it would.
And if I'm not mistaken, they reported that the largest shift in the voting was Hispanics.
Well, what do you think would have caused that?
Yeah.
What? Has anything happened to them to get them to change their mind? Oh, and while this is playing, since we're just rapid firing, the person who started Latinos for Trump was deported.
Yeah. Run it back. Y'all gonna learn these games, man. Y'all gonna learn to stop playing these games, man. So yeah, that's my spotlight for the week. So we have reached the conclusion of our game. And I'm so glad that y'all have come to join us. The episode for our American Politics Ain't Right.
Hey,
bro.
Hey, bring it down.
It was a pleasure.
Bring it down now.
Bro, it was a pleasure playing this rapid fire game with you brothers because I don't know, and we still left as the old folks say, some meat on the bone.
Some meat on the bone.
Yes, sir.
Bro, we still left some out there, man. There's a lot going on in the world, and I hope that it'll die down and we don't have to do this every week. But if we got to, we'll do what we have to do to bring the Partner Politics commentary to our American politics, both home and abroad, to your front door. So, brothers, as we conclude this episode, all hearts and minds clear? Anything? Everybody good?
Good is subjective.
Everybody, let me bring it out. Everybody okay?
I mean, Trump just said that if there's no deal reached with Iran, the world will find out if a U.S. strike would spark a regional war. So there's that. Oh God, there's that. But yeah, I'm good, man.
He got to be the only old man I know that I don't ever see nap during the day. Like, bro, go to sleep.
Bro.
When Trump gonna fall? That's what I'm waiting on.
They can't because they always got him sitting down.
Listen. They got him sitting down because Mitch is the prime example of what happens when you.
Bro, they say
can't have him on the move.
Yo, I see, bro, that video it kind of resurfaced itself on my timeline this past week. And brother, wait a minute.
Bro, when that tire went out,
he just fell out.
Somebody he short circuited when they was walking in the hallway.
Yup, he was grabbing for that.
Grabbing for that.
Yo, anyway, man, look, listeners, we appreciate you tuning in, and we thank you for lending us your ear here at Pardon the Politics. We hope this episode finds you in good spirit. If you're being impacted by the winter storm that is taking over the southeast, we hope that you're safe. We hope that you're warm and you have everything you need.
Yes,
And if you need something to occupy your time, if you're bored because you can't get out of the house, run back some of them old episodes and catch up with us.
Yes. And you can be like, them guys knew what they were talking about a long time ago.
They've been telling us. Look at us.
Boys might be short of being prophetic. I'm just letting you know. Boys been calling it.
Look at me now.
The hand is hot. The hand is hot. So we thank you for listening. We thank you for tuning in. Spread the word, like, share, follow to anybody that you know. And we will catch you at the next episode. Take care, world.
Yeah.